don't know why I think it's funny, it just is.
So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to tackle that, but we're gonna try, I guess.
Hi, I'm Maddie. Welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to be hopefully finishing, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I am part of I feel like, small percentage of the population that hasn't read Throne of Glass yet. I'm about halfway through, so I would love to finish tonight, but I'm only on page 200, and there's 400 pages in this book. So that's like 200 pages tonight. Realistically, I don't know if I'll be able to finish 200 pages tonight, but we're sure gonna try. I think I'm about like halfway through the King's Champion competition. There's been a couple of like crazy things happening. I think at this point there's been 3 champions killed, like brutally murdered in the night, and so that's kind of strange. I hate to say it, but I kind of think like Nehemia is behind it. But I also really like her, so I really don't know. Anyways, and I'm still really suspicious of this clock tower. Like we've touched on it so many times. Like there's something sus about it, and I just kind of want her to go in and see. Like go in and figure it out, girly. Like the gargoyles, the word marks, like what are those? And I feel like Nehemia knows something about those too, and she's not telling us because she like doesn't want to talk about him at all. Yeah. I'm just a little sussed out by Nehemia at this point. Obviously, this book is like chronically online. It's all over Book Talk. It's all over BookTube, Bookstagram. Anyone you talk to who reads fantasy will probably recommend you this book. But that also means that I know a lot about the book and the series already. And I know that the fandom kind of hates Kale. I'm not sure if it's Kale or Kale, but I call him Kale. So sorry if that's wrong. I know the fandom like does not like Kale, but I kind of do. He's like not rubbing me the wrong way. Dorian's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. The king sure is rubbing me the wrong way. And I really cannot stand this like Duke Parrington character. We haven't seen a lot or heard a lot from him, but he annoys me. I don't like how he treats Caltaine, even though she's kind of a weirdo too. I have a lot of questions, so let's get into it. I am starting my night off at chapter 27, which is at page 199. So let's get into it and see how far we get. One of the little like subplots that I love about this book is that they're all like little readers, and like Dorian loaned her books. I like that. And then Kale like reads her books and stuff. Yeah, anyways. I just like the little like reading subplot. It makes me feel like I'm a little bit more like Selena, which always feels good. So
Winter was unforgiving when you lived in the shadow of the ruined mountains. It was a miracle she hadn't gotten frostbite. If she went back, another winter might kill her.
okay, so we just got a little bit further clarification on the word marks. They open into other realms, some of them good, some of them bad. Things could come through from the other side and slither into Aurelia. I don't know how you guys say that. I say Aurelia. But it was due to this that many of the strange and fell creatures of Aurelia existed. So I feel like obviously somebody is summoning some sort of monster into the castle to kill these champions. And Nehemia is still suspicious in my book. Sorry. Why is this the funniest thing I've read in a long time? She stared up at his face, a face that might have been handsome had he not been a bastard. I don't know why I think it's funny, it just is. Is it bad that I'm bummed she likes Dorian? I really want her to like Kale. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I like Kale. I don't know why everyone has beef with Kale. He's great so far. Maybe something happens. No way Selena reads smut. She's one of us. What kind of a person orders their soldiers to kill even the women and children? That's crazy. This king is crazy. I still think Nehemia is suspicious. Sue me. But I feel really bad for her right now. It's just past 1 a.m. and I'm pretty tired. But I did get through like a good chunk. I think I got through about like 100 of the 250 pages I had. So that's pretty good. I will pick it back up tomorrow. Good night. Okay, it is Saturday night here now. I have the whole evening to get through the rest of this book. I'm still reading Throne of Glass, obviously. I got like a little bit of reading done today, but not a whole lot. This is where we are starting this evening. I am under 100 pages to the end, so we are nearing the finish line. Last I read, Nehemia had just showed up at Selena's room. She was like covered in black stuff or something, and it was pretty chaotic, and it made me very suspicious of Nehemia, quite honestly. More suspicious than I already was. So I'm like pretty sure she's behind a lot of this, or has something to do with this, or knows something. Yeah. But pretty sure she's a fake. Pretty sure she's a fraud, and she's been lying to our girl. So I really want that to come to light, because I don't lie to my girl. Also, it is Yulemas. We're coming up on Yulemas, and so I feel like there's going to be some plot centered around that, hopefully. And then we're coming up on the final competition. I think we are down to like 3 or 4 champions left in the whole competition. Pretty sure she's gonna face Kane in the final like duel, which scares me a little bit, quite honestly. But I think she can hold her own, and I'm excited to see how that plays out. Also, like, we are in the home stretch of this book, and we really don't know anything about what is happening to these champions. And it kind of feels like nobody is doing anything to find out, so I'm gonna be kind of annoyed if we don't find out what has been happening to them, and that was just like a plot to speed up the championship. I don't know. Anyways, I guess we'll find out. It is already 10 o'clock here, so I'm already a little tired, so I'm gonna get a little bit of caffeine in my system. I'm gonna make myself a Red Bull charger, and then we're gonna jump back into it. Let's do it. Oh my gosh, wait. Does she end up with Dorian? Okay, so Dorian and Selena kissed a lot. And I don't know how to feel about it. Poor Kale is like watching outside. Poor Kale is like below her balcony watching her look up at the stars, and he says that she never bothered to look below. Justice for Kale. I feel like she's leading him on, and it makes me mad. Dorian's okay. I don't like despise him, but he's not my favorite. Okay, so the whole Yulmus Ball thing happened. She snuck in and was flirting with Kale and then got pulled away by Dorian. And then Dorian and her kissed. Woo, big deal. It was actually pretty exciting. But I just want her to be with Kale, so I'm trying not to celebrate it too much. But what is really intriguing me the most, honestly, is this whole Caltaine subplot. Like, why do we get so much about her and those damn headaches? Like, she is in so many chapters just complaining about her headaches. And this, like, Duke Parrington guy is so shady. I do not like him. I want her to run as far away from him as possible. But in this particular, like, clip of them, she talks about how his ring pulsed and then she got the headache, which is kind of weird. And I don't know if I'm reading too far into that, but maybe that has something to do with her headaches or something. Is he like drugging her? Anyways, this guy's shady and I wouldn't put it past him, but I hope we get more clarity on her subplot. I don't like her, but I like want justice for Caltaine. And I want her to have some relief from these headaches. Like, girl, damn. It's Kane. I would not, like, I knew he was kind of shady, but I didn't know he could just, like, sneak out of his room and stuff. But I guess if Selena could, why did I think that he couldn't? But that's crazy. He's been the one doing this. Damn, sorry, Nehemia. I was really sus for you. I thought it was you. Whoops. Anyways, I'm glad it's not Nehemia. At least Selena has a friend, and then Nehemia, like, saved her ass after she got bit. And so she killed the monster, so hopefully those killings stop. But how did Kane learn to use the word marks and stuff? Huh. That, like, at least we kind of know more about what was happening to the champions. But also I feel like I need more answers. So the king returns and everyone he was traveling with is dead. Really? Really? We're just gonna glaze over that? That is so suspicious. Why did we just glaze over that? We better circle back to that. Right when I was giving Caltaine the benefit of the doubt, she poisoned Selena? I seriously don't know if I should hate her or feel bad for her. I'm just not sure if they're manipulating her or if she's just that miserable. I forgot that Miss Bass loves to load the last 100 pages of her books. I forgot how crazy that was likely to be, and man, that one was crazy. Very crazy. So much information has come to light. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. I think I need to sleep on it and then digest it in the morning and give my rating. So overall, though, very, very good and very, very excited for the next book in the series to see how she fares as the king's champion and see what she has to do, see how her friendship with Nehemia progresses, how her relationship with Kale and Dorian progressed since she called things off with Dorian. I mean, there's just like so many unanswered questions and I'm hooked. So see you in the morning for my in-depth digested review. Okay, I have slept on it and thought about it, digested it, and this is an amazing book. I am already a huge fan of Selena and like her journeys and her adventures. I can't wait to learn more about her backstory. I know we learned about that in The Assassin's Blade, but I have been told to read that third or fourth? I think third. And so next I'm going to read Crown of Midnight, and then I think I'll read The Assassin's Blade. I am really interested to learn more about her backstory in that book because I really want to know what happened to Sam, kind of how she got caught, what other stuff she kind of got up to, and so yeah, looking forward to that. But back to the point of the video, I absolutely loved this first book. I love like the concept of the King's Championship. I mean, like, I hate it. I think it's absolutely barbaric, but I love it for like entertainment purposes, you know? One thing about Sarah J. Maas's writing for me is I like always interpret the characters wrong. I don't know what it is. I mean, obviously I fell for the whole Tamlin thing in Akhtar, was like head over heels for Tamlin, and then he was just not. He just wasn't it. And now obviously I love Rysand. But in this one, I was so skeptical of Nehemia, and I owe that poor girl a serious apology because she ended up being an amazing friend to Selena, and our girl deserves that. So I owe Nehemia an apology. And another character that is slowly growing on me is Dorian. I'm not sure I love him the way the internet loves him, but I can see the hype. Like, I can understand. He's definitely growing on me. I don't really want him and Selena to be together. I don't know if I really want Selena to be with anybody. Obviously, I want her to be with Kale. That was a very recurring theme of me reading this book, was Team Kale. But I don't know if I really want her to be with anybody. She's like so awesome and independent, and I love her for that, but she also deserves a happy ending, so I don't know how I feel about that. Going into Crown of Midnight, I'm very anxious to see what this whole like King's Assassin work entails. Is she actually going to do that? I kind of feel like it's not in her character. Like, I feel like it's not part of her, who she is morally, to do that. So I'm kind of intrigued to see, hopefully see, how she kind of gets out of it. And she finds a loophole. Because I hope she does. I'm also really excited to see how her and Nehemia's friendship develops in Crown of Midnight. I hope Nehemia is still in that one. One thing I am extremely confused about at this point is how this series is 8 books. Like, honestly, this probably could have been a standalone book. I know that there's like crazy character arc and crazy character development, and I'm sure, I mean, people love the series, so the story must be really good. But at this moment, I'm kind of like, do we just follow her for the next 4 years and then she gains her freedom and we see what she does with that? Or is there some sort of like underlying thing that I'm not catching? I guess the biggest draw from this one was, how is this 8 books? But we're going to find out, because I really enjoyed it. So I'm not mad that there's 8 books. I hope every book is as good as this one. Some of them are meaty though. Like, we're like thick. And I know that some of them you're supposed to like tandem read. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to tackle that. But we're going to try, I guess. Most importantly, my rating for Throne of Glass. I am going to give this one 4 stars, I think. Hear me out. I absolutely loved it. I devoured it. So good. I think it is pulling me out of my reading slump. I've been in about like a year-long reading slump, honestly. I've been trying to pick books up and I just can't maintain reading. I don't know what it is, but I think my life is just crazy right now with work. But this one I like actively sought out sitting down and reading. So that is a good sign. It gained extra points for that one. It is not a 5-star, however. I'm very picky with my 5 stars. I have 3 5-star series books that have stayed in the 5-star slot for a really long time. First one is The Mysterious Benedict Society. It is the book that got me into reading as a child. I, to this day, think the whole series is just like chef's kiss. I have no notes on it, quite honestly. And I don't know if I'll ever have notes on it. I just love it. I love that book. I think about it daily. Second, I have the Akhtar series. I absolutely devoured every single book. I loved all of them. Even Nesta's book. Even the novella. I could not put down. I read that in like one evening. Granted, it's tiny, but still, that's like rare for me. So that's 5-star, and it'll probably stay 5-star for a really long time. That's kind of the series that got me back into reading in my adult years. So I think that one is sentimental in the 5-star spot as well. A 5-star that could potentially be dethroned is Atlas 6. I think it's a long shot. Not that I can't add 5 stars to this list. This is just like, these are my reigning tops right now. Third one would be Atlas 6. It was my first introduction into like dark academia. Loved it. Couldn't put down. The illustrations in the book, gorgeous. And the writing, amazing. The story, amazing. I haven't gotten around to reading the sequel, and I think now even the third one. I'm not sure. But I haven't gotten around to reading those, but the first book was incredible, and I give that one 5 stars. But this is sitting at 4 stars. As the series progresses, it might move into the 5-star if the hype around it is true. So we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Moving on to the next book in this series, I have Crown of Midnight ready to go. I did buy the whole series in physical form like a year and a half ago, maybe even longer, when Target had this crazy like buy one get one book deal. So I got all 8 books for the price of like 4 of them, and I had Target coupons and stuff, so it was a crazy deal. I think I ended up getting all of the paperback Throne of Glass collection for, I think it was like $50. It was insane. It was a crazy deal. So I was like, this is my time. And they've just been sitting on my bookshelf looking absolutely gorgeous, but they need to be read. We're moving on to Crown of Midnight next, and I'm very excited. I can't decide if I'm going to jump right into this one. I'm currently listening to the audiobook for Lightlark. I'm almost done with that. We'll probably be finishing that up this week on my commute to work. So I'm not sure if I'm going to jump right into Crown of Midnight as much as I want to like continue the story. I also have joined one of my favorite influencers, Fable book club, for the month. We are reading Bride, so I might jump into that, but I don't have the physical copy on hand, so I would have to get it on my Kindle, but I think I have a Kindle Unlimited credit, so that's okay. Yeah, so I guess stay tuned for next week to find out which one I ended up going with, Crown of Midnight or Bride. If you have a suggestion on which I should go for, let me know. Right now I'm leaning towards Bride. 1, because it's my book club read for the month, so I have to get that done. 2, we're just at the tail end of spooky season, so I feel like the whole vampire werewolf aesthetic of that book would be good to round out the season, and then I can jump back into this as winter starts. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my very first YouTube video. I had a ton of fun making it. I hope you stick around, and I will see you next week. Bye!